That's what all of the conversation came from. From Loose Neck Side, Doug playing the music you listen to before the movie starts at the theater. Oh, y'all got jokes from Sidney Jackson. This is the soundtrack to Tyler Perry's Batman movie. Whatever, son. From Andre Elam, this sounds like a Saturday matinee movie is about to come on. Add the Joker laugh into it. Right, I added my Joker laugh into it. From Nostradamus Big L, he says, Falcons against the Steelers. That's what I want to see happen. ATL, ho! I would love for that to happen. A win on all accounts. Hometown team makes it to the Super Bowl, and Mike Tomlin gets to the Super Bowl. Wouldn't that be perfect? Wouldn't that be poetic justice? If Mike Tomlin makes it to the Super Bowl in the same season where Terry Bradshaw dismisses him as a head coach, wouldn't that be perfect? Chucktown Frank, he says, what the F is this music about? I love it when I'm home, but this sounds like that BS Beyonce puts out. Oh. Yes, sir. Let me grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart is Dollars and Cents, baby. How you doing?
Dollars and Cents. What up, baby? How you doing?
Good, man. Real quick, man. None of these dudes want to fight, man. None of these cats want to fight, with the exception of Matt Barnes, my man Debo from Memphis, and what's the old power forward that played for Golden State from Xavier? What's that cat's name?
Wes.
Yeah, now, those three will probably go. None of these dudes want to fight. The only guys that want to fight are these damn hockey players, because they're crazy as hell.
Right.
You know, did you see real quick? They just had a dude that they had beef for about a month, man, and they squared up the other night, and one dude went after him, took his helmet off, and started blasting dude with the helmet. These cats will fight at the drop of a dime, man. These dudes don't want none, man.
Yeah.
Paul, have a good one.
Hey, appreciate the call. I think you had a good call, but I couldn't understand half of it, bruh. Obama about to leave office, get you a new phone. But yeah, Wes, and I can't remember Wes's first name, played for many years for the Pelicans, and then played for San Antonio for a minute, and then he moved over to Golden State. I can't remember his first name right now, but anyway, him, yeah, he talked about some of the tough guys on the court. Yeah, most of these guys, and if you remember basketball players, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, if you remember most basketball players, man, when they fight, they're so long, their arms flailing all over the place, man. It's not aesthetically pleasing when you're trying to see somebody fight. They kind of fight like girls. You remember when, who was it? You remember when Miami, the Heat had Alonzo Mourning? Remember they had to fight with Alonzo and Grandmama Larry Johnson? And Alonzo had his head back, and he my frat. He the bros and whatnot, man. I love me some Alonzo Mourning. Great, great guy, great player, does a lot in the community. But you remember Alonzo had his head back like he was a pugilist, like he was a boxer from the 1930s? Nigga, you can't fight. Right. And Larry Johnson was trying to get him. Larry Johnson was acting like he was this street fighter or whatever, man. It was just comical to see big dudes, tall dudes like that fight. It was crazy. From T-Dub, Sandman. T-Dub, you back home, bro, from your trip to Dallas to Jerry's World? David West, that's his name. So T-Dub, the great T-Dub, friend to the Doug Stewart Show, came down for TDSS 2 and everything. He traveled all the way to Dallas, Texas, to Arlington, Texas, to Jerry's World. He's this big Cowboy fan, and they lost. T-Dub. Oh, T-Dub. Sorry, T-Dub. T-Dub says David West is actually from South Raleigh. They are tough down there. Okay, yeah, he mentioned David West as being, really a dude that can scrap. From RC, he says Udonis Haslam will fight. From Kaza, yes, the new Trump phone, just as bad. From RC, I'm a boxing fan, so of course I love a good scrap, and I know most basketball players won't fight. From J Fish Microwave, Larry Johnson threw his hands up like when Omar got locked up in Hawaii. Right. Larry Johnson looked like he can do that prison boxing, that little, I forgot what they even call it. They call it something in New York, with a little fighting where they throw their hands on the side of their head and block punches. They block, it's a style of boxing, they call it. I always call it street fighting, but this dude from New York that moved down by me when I was growing up, his name is Supreme, one of them 5% dudes. This boxing, and maybe Jay Fish can tell me what it's called. This boxing where they throw their hands side to side and they do a lot of blocking punches, and they call it something. But, yeah, that's what Larry Johnson looked like he was doing. He's like, yeah, come on, let's go. Like doing a little prison boxing or whatever. Ninja, you knew your ass can't fight. He looked better than Morning. Yeah, his stance looked like he could fight better than Morning. Not slap boxing. It's called something else. There's a technical term for it. 40-something? Is it a name? I can't remember. I will figure it out by tomorrow, though. And maybe somebody from New York listening to the show, maybe Juan Cruz, if he's listening, can tell me what it's called. But they have actually, like, in this new day and time, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, you can go to YouTube, and they call it something. And let me see. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to read more chat. 40 skulls? No, not 40 skulls. No. My cousin Champ in the chat room, too. Champ is living in New York. He's not living in the city right now, but he's living in New York. He's definitely in the New York lifestyle and culture. 40-something. I can't remember what it's called, man. I hate to try to look it up right now. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, but I gotta do it right now since I started talking about it. But that's what it looked like Larry Johnson was trying to do. It looks like he was trying to implement that style of boxing, that street style of boxing or whatever. And I don't see it, man. This isn't good radio. They tell us not to do this type of thing, but we were actually working for some radio company. But I'll figure it out by tomorrow, and I'll let y'all know. From Rough Buff, what the F is Doug talking about? I know. My bad. I need to move on. From Chief Rocker, Jersey Vern, he says, Dub, I want my daddy bottle that you owe him. So Vern from Jersey is a Giants fan. His team got put out before the playoffs even started, and he's trying to chide T-Dub. T-Dub, I will say this, though. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. For you to spend your hard-earned money to go all the way to Arlington, Texas, to Jerry's World, and watch your team lose in the most disappointing fashion ever says a lot about your fandom, sir. You should be congratulated. That man saved up all year long. That man saved up all year long to go and see the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs when he started to realize that they were going to make the playoffs and go and support his team. And they lost. They absolutely lost. From J Fish Microwave says, I can't remember either the name, but I know the style definitely. From KC, by tomorrow we would have moved on. That's okay. I'll figure it out later. From Dobby in Van Gundy's defense, at least he was in the scrap with his team. So if you remember that fight between Miami and the Knicks, Van Gundy grabbed on Alonzo's leg looking like a little rag doll. You remember that? You remember that? And there's this video, Alonzo in his pugilist boxing stance from 1930, once again. Jeff Van Gundy's holding on to Alonzo's ankle. And Jeff Van Gundy looks like he's maybe 5'8" or something like that. I don't know. And it just looked very, very funny, man. Not a good look for anybody involved. Anybody involved from Zoe or from RC. I'm a boxing fan, so of course I love a good scrap. I think I read that already earlier, man. From Sidney Jackson, is it called Brooklyn Style? That might be one of the names, but that's not the technical name that I'm looking for. From Loose Neck, I'm stroking side. T-Dub was okay. We still them boys. Wow. We still them boys. Good for you, T-Dub. Kaza, Van Gundy was ride or died. Literally and figuratively, right. From Grego, if I were T-Dub in the chat room on Spreaker.com, I would have asked them if I could stick around and help them get the stadium ready for the Monster Jam. That's foul, Grego. That's foul. Since the Cowboys don't need it for a while. Help get it ready for the Monster Jam and for the rodeo. Oh, T-Dub. Oh, T-Dub. Your team got his ass kicked. Yeah. Let's get out of here, baby. Uh-huh. That's it. That's how we do it around here. The fastest 3 hours in sports and entertainment. Yes. Thank you for tuning in, man. Shouts out to my producers, Waterhead Walter, Pole Politicking, Brandon Butler, the consultant, Larry, the benefactor, hopefully continuing. Yeah. Shouts out to all of them. Shouts out to my man Pink Gator for this hot-ass track. What your name is? Yeah. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. Everybody tuning into the show. All right, so we'll do it again tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time. Same Doug Stewart channel. All right? Tell one person about the show. Tell one person about the realest, treeless 3 hours of sports and entertainment, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern time. All right? We'll be back tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace! God, I put you first. See, I know my place, and I stand my ground. Cues in the sky, we gon' hold it down. Frank Cole, Ernest Just, Oscar Cooper, Edgar Love, four founders, sons of blood and thunder. I'm wrecking for the Q, I know it make you wanna. When Tupac was around, he wanted to raise a nation of thugs. But I think it's only right for me to raise a nation of bruhs. Frank Coleman, Ernest Just, Oscar Cooper, Edgar Love, four founders, sons of blood and thunder. I'm wrecking for the Q, I know it make you wanna. Frank Coleman, Ernest Just, Oscar Cooper, Edgar Love, four founders, sons of blood and thunder. I'm wrecking for the Q, I know it make you wanna. I'm always in the queue, but you ain't know. I'm resolute to the boot, you don't give me though. In that pack over there, that my dog team. Before I came out the womb, I had purple dreams. Schizo, that my line name. And Ada Mule, that my chain gang. From my yard to any yard, I put that on my life. The Q's going hard. A whole nation full of bruhs. Do your duty, lift it up. This ain't about yourself, ain't about your kids. JLS a unit, and we gon' run the ship. The
greatest rap on the